Running a Fever, Episode 379, Dental Health, Part 10, Conclusion. Welcome to Running a Fever. My name is Michael Davis, and this is a podcast about fitness, diet, and medicine. My goal is to live a long, healthy, happy, active life right up to the very end. And if you're having that same goal, then you're in the right place. I want to do it by loving my life enough to make it last as long as possible. Going into this series, I knew good oral health was important, and that's why I chose to do the series. But I honestly had no idea how important it really is. I'm concerned about my risk of stroke and heart disease. I've been overweight most of my life. I have high blood pressure, and my parents have both had strokes. I really didn't know the extent to which bad oral care or genetic factors in oral health could impact my risks in those areas in particular. It gives me new motivation to treat my teeth and gums better. Possibly we need an episode on inflammation in general as well. Let's take a look back at what we've covered. Number one, dry mouth. Many people may not even know they have this or that it is a problem, but we discovered that it is. It means there's less saliva in the mouth, and saliva is terribly important in maintaining a pH balance and in restoring lost minerals in your tooth enamel. Number two, diet. It was no surprise to learn that sugar is bad for your teeth, but now we know that starchy foods like potatoes can also feed the bad bacteria in your mouth. Apart from sugary foods, we found out that how often we eat is as important or more important than what we eat in maintaining a healthy level of saliva and thus a healthy pH balance. Then we learned about biofilm, the strong matrix of microbes that covers our teeth. It's not good or bad. In fact, the way we eat ties in with whether it contains good bacteria, the kind that keep a healthy balance, or bad bacteria, the kind that promote tooth decay. The episode on genetics communicated the fact that our dental woes are not necessarily our own fault. There are genes that can determine whether we have those issues or not. And breaking news, there are tests that can tell us whether those genes contain the harmful mutations that can affect tooth development, saliva production, and taste. There was a whole episode on pH, even though it seems that it was mentioned frequently throughout the series. This deeper dive told us what pH is, what causes it to be high or low, and the impact of low pH on mouth health. We also learned more about how food and drink impact pH. From there, we went from the knowledge section to the action section, with 3 action-packed episodes. Protection was the first. Here we discussed the therapies available to help prevent tooth and gum disease, including high pH rinses and treatments, fluoride treatments, xylitol, and sodium hypochlorite. Next, we talked about a plan to move forward in your journey to better dental health. I asked a series of questions that you can ask yourself to get you there and start making the plan. And finally, we went into what may have been the most useful episode in the series, in my opinion. It is about whole body health and how oral care, in particular gum health, is affected by and affects diseases that impact the major systems in the body. It's worth listening to again. That's episode 378. And I plan on taking some action myself after writing and producing it. And that is the series. I was going to say that was the series, but then I remembered that anything on the internet is forever. You'll always be able to access the series for multiple listens and views. And the text is also available to read at runningafever.com. And on the YouTube channel, we have a playlist for dental health, and you can just hit that playlist and play through all of the episodes in the series. And by the way, since I'm on the subject, if you're on YouTube, be sure to subscribe and like the video, if you like it, and if you like the podcast and video series. I want to take a moment to thank Dr. V. Kim Kutch, DMD, whose book, Why Me? The Unfair Reason You Get Cavities and What to Do About It, is the primary inspiration for this series. And if you're wondering what a DMD is, it's the same thing as a DDS. Different dental schools call it different things. Basically, he's a dentist. So, thanks for watching and listening. I hope you like the series. Please let me know by emailing mail@runningafever.com, or even better by commenting on this episode on youtube.com/@runningafever. So if you've got the fever, keep it burning, and if you don't, catch the fever, and I will see you next time on Running a Fever.